जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन जमुना तीर वनचारी जमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन जमुना तीर वनचारी Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Om Vishnupada Paramhamsa Parivrajakaacharya Statra Sata Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Charana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON Deputy Founder Acharya Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jaya Om Vishnupada Paramhamsa Parivrajakaacharya Statra Sata Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजमि वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। देवी की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। समावित भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees. Glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gaurang. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, chapter number 9, the passing away of Vishnudev. Yesterday we saw the realization of Vishnudev, seeing Lord Krishna. He will be acknowledging as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and yet he has his own particular relationship as well as the intensified devotional service within the mood, and as a servitor. So today's verse is for the glorification of Lord Shri Krishna as his worshipable deity. Text number 23. Bhaktya Manaha Yasmin Vacha Yat Nama Kirtayan Tyajan Kalevaram Yogi Muchyate Kama Karma Bhihi Bhaktya Vishamano Yasmin Vachayan Nama Kirtayan Tyajan Kalevaram Yogi Muchyate Kama Karma Bhihi Bhaktya Vishamano Yasmin Vachayan Nama Kirtayan Tyajan Kalevaram Yogi Muchyate Kama Karma Bhihi Bhaktya Vishamayo Yasmin Vachayan Nama Kirtayan Tyajan kalevaram yogi muchyate kama karma bihi.
Bhaktya vishamano yasmin Achayan nama kirtayan Kalevaram yogi Muchyate kama karma Bhaktya vishamano yasmin Achayan nama kirtayan Kalevaram yogi Muchyate kama karma Vishamano yasmin Achayan nama kirtayan Muchyate kama karma
Others?
Vachayan nama kirtaya Rajan kalevaram yogi Uchate kama karma
Others?
Vachayan nama kirtaya Yajan kalevaram yogi Uchate kama karma
Anybody else? Bhaktya,
Bhaktya
with devout attention,
with devout attention
avishya,
Adesha
meditating,
meditating
manaha, mind, yasmin,
Yasmin
in whose,
in whose
vacha,
Yacha
by words,
by words
yat,
Yat
Krishna,
Krishna
nama,
Nama
holy name,
holy name
kirtayan,
Kritaya
by chanting,
by chanting
tyajan,
Avijjan
quitting, kalevaram,
Kaleva
this material body,
this
yogi, the devotee, muchyate,
Uchate
gets released,
gets relief
kama karma bihi,
Kama karma
from fruitive activities.
fruit activity
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The personality of Godhead who appears in the mind of the devotee by attentive devotion and meditation and by chanting the holy name releases the devotee from the bondage of fruitive activities at the time of his quitting the material body. Yoga means concentration of the mind detached from all other subject matter. And actually such concentration is samadhi, or 100% engagement in the service of the Lord. And one who concentrates his attention in that matter is called a yogi. Such a yogi, devotee of Lord, engages himself 24 hours daily in the service of the Lord, so that his whole attention is engrossed with the thoughts of the Lord in ninefold devotional service, namely hearing, chanting, remembering, worshipping, praying, becoming voluntary servant, carrying out orders, establishing friendly relationship, and offer all that one may possess in the service of the Lord. By such practice of yoga or linking up with the service of the Lord, one is recognized by the Lord Himself, as it is explained in Bhagavad Gita concerning the highest perfectional stage of samadhi. The Lord calls such a rare devotee the best amongst all the yogis. Such a perfect yogi is enabled by the divine grace of the Lord to concentrate his mind upon the Lord with a perfect sense of consciousness, and thus by chanting his holy name before quitting the body, the yogi is at once transferred by the internal energy of the Lord to one of the eternal planets where there is no question of material life and its concomitant factors. In material existence, a living being has to endure the material conditions of threefold miseries, life after life, according to his creative work. Such material life is produced by the material desires only. Devotional service to the Lord does not kill the natural desires of the living being, but they are applied in the right cause of devotional service. This qualifies the desires to be transferred to the spiritual sky. General Bhishmadeva is referring to the particular type of yoga called Bhakti Yoga, and he was fortunate enough to have the Lord directly in his presence before he quits his material body. He therefore desired that the Lord stay before his view in the following verses. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshulmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jatapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaham Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Bhaktyaveśya Mano Yasmin Yapacha Yannam Kirtayan Yajan Kalevaram Yogi Muchyate Kama Karma Bihi. The personality of Godhead who appears in the mind of the devotee by attentive devotion and meditation and by chanting the holy name releases the devotee from the bondage of fruitive activities at the time of his quitting the material body. This is similarly spoken by Lord Shri Krishna, Antakale Chamameva Smaran Muktva Kalevaram Saprayati Madhavavam Jati Natra Samshaya. The same principle has been affirmed by Bhishma Pitama. Bhishma Pitama is on the deathbed of arrows, and he had been given a benediction that you cannot quit the body without your desire to quit. Means Bhishma Pitama was given the benediction of Ichham Mrityu. Ichham Mrityu means whenever he desires, he will quit the body. So, all these arrows which make the bed, they have been pierced in the backside of Bhishma Pitama. So much blood must have been flown out. But such benediction is that, yes, the arrows have been shot in the front, it could have been a different matter. In the front, there is very less protection. But the back side is giving a lot of protection. So, Bhishma Pitama was on the deathbed. He would not be able to fight anymore because he gave up voluntarily. And Arjun pierced his back. So, otherwise Arjun also got off from the chariot and tried to hold Lord Krishna's foot not to kill Bhishma Pitama. It means he was also out from the fighting position. So naturally, one may wonder that if Bhishma Pitama gave up the fighting, he put aside his bow and arrow, and Arjun had to pick up. So displacement was there. They were not in front of each other. So Krishna ordered, Arjun, now it is time. Shoot him. So even though he was catching his leg, he had to give up and he has to take the order of Krishna. So all the arrows were pierced from the back that made Bhishma Pitama fall off. So he was actually on the deathbed lying. That many arrows have been pierced. So, Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kaleva. Bhishma Pitama has known, but he also wanted Krishna to be established in two-handed form as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you have four hands, it will be difficult to come back to two-hand original form, because all the four-handed forms of three Vishnus, Karanodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, they are embedded in him when Krishna descended through their path. They merge in him. So Krishna remained two-handed form. Right? And this is the original form. Even Aniruddha, who is called Paramatma, is a Kshirodakshaya Vishnu's form. And he merged in the body of Lord Krishna. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. That Vishnu entity, who is Aniruddha, he was accompanying within the body of Krishna. All the avatars are there in the embodiment of Lord Shri Krishna. They have to merge. So, here it is, the description of Bhishma Pitama, that one has to remember the Supreme Lord before quitting the body. How that has been reiterated as the personal experience through Lord Shri Krishna's teachings. Here the word bhaktyaveshya is important because it becomes a general practice for them. While Krishna was instructing to Arjuna, he is using mayaveshya. Mayaveshya manoye mam. So this is bhaktyaveshya manoye mam. So bhaktyaveshya mano yasmin vacha yannam kirtayan. Whose mouth is engaged in chanting the holy name and glorifying Lord Shri Krishna. That consciousness should be there at the time of quitting the body. Because the purpose of giving up the body with a voluntary realization of Lord Shri Krishna as the Supreme Lord. Simply remembering him at the time of death, one can certainly become of his consciousness and can get liberated from bodily conception and go back to Godhead immediately. Antakale cha mameva smaran mukva kalevaram. The same experience, Bhishma Pitama is now aware of it, that he has to quit the body, he has to remember only Krishna. How he remembers Lord Krishna during his interactions with the Pandavas and Kauravas will be now manifested in front of all those who are listening. All those who are listening, they are there. It is said that Duryodhana was not killed during that time. Duryodhana was still alive. And there is an episode that Bhishma Pitama wanted to drink water. And Duryodhana sent all his, people, go and get water. And Bhishma Pitama, you do not know. Arjuna will get. So Arjuna remembered Krishna and shot the arrow in the earth, and the flow of the water came in his mouth. People may be so much practicing externally all the rules and regulations to achieve the favor of the Lord, but they may not be thinking internally like meditation, and repose themselves in remembering the Lord 24 hours a day. So external activities are actually the hampering or so at the time of quitting the body, if we remember and concentrate on Lord Shri Krishna's, name, fame, divine qualities and activities, then we get into that bhava, that mood. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam. Smaran bhavan means what? Bhava. Bhava stage is coming only after asakti, bhava and prema. It means a person must have reached to liberation and stopping all his fruitive activities and employing all his attention in serving even mentally to Lord Shri Krishna. So, bhava cannot be generated without the desire that creates greed for the power. Greed is very important. If you want to become greedy, greedy for Lord Shri Krishna, not for anything else, material. Profit, adoration, and distinction, these are binding to the material body. But after quitting the bodily conception, then one is free to develop with intensified devotional service that not only liberate him from the bodily conception of life, but at the same time allow him to enter into attracting the spontaneous devotional service. Rati, Asakti, Bhav and Prema. These are the 4 stages of spontaneous devotional service. So, if you are attracted for the spontaneous devotional service, everybody has some inclination, but you have to practice through the regulated principles of devotional service and then come to the maturity of it. Then naturally you will be able to remove the unnecessary, unwanted, obstacles that are called anarthas in our life that will allow us to progress in devotional service without any hindrance. That stage is called nishtha. Nishtha means unshakable faith. Now nobody can deviate you. Otherwise, circumstances were there to deviate us. But this is the way to make a definitive progress in devotional service. And once you are liberated from the bodily conception of life, you do not have to quit the body immediately. You quit the bodily conception of life. Give up. So you will be able to serve Lord Krishna in a regulated principle, but now you will be able to serve him with your intensified desires to serve him. That is called greed. Laulyam is very important. It is one of the main, ingredients in essential performance of bhakti. Laulyam is extremely important. Without laulyam, you will never progress into the bhajana pranali, the intrinsic nature that we are studying that. Without laulyam, no. So here it is said that yasmin vacha yannam kirtayan. His mind is always absorbed in chanting of Hare Krishna, even vibrating his tongue and glorifying. So he never stops to preach and glorify the Supreme Lord. He cannot shut up his vacha. And knowingly, the yogi who has now control over all the five senses and the organs, he will be able to concentrate on the Supreme Absolute Truth, personality. And when he is standing before you, yes, he can stand before you. Because after liberation, the process further takes us to Vidyate Hridaya Granthi Chindyanti Sarva Samshaya Kshiyante Chasya Karmani Drashta Eva Atmanishware. That position is coming. If you know this Bhagavad Dharma, which is composed of 5 slokas given in the second canto, first chapter, then this process is itself a very qualified process of cleansing the heart. So you must hear Shrunvatam Svakatham Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayantascha Bhadrani Vidunoti Surit Satam Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nishtaki Tada Rajastamo Bhava Kamalo Bhagaste Chetaitir Anavidam Sthitam Sattve Prasidati. So Evam Prasanna Manaso Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana Mukta Sangasya Jayate. Mukta Sangasya means you are, even though in the material world, but you are not attached to the material nature. All the 3 modes of material nature are subsided and you are situated in spiritual nature, Satchidananda. So, in that state, you don't have any more misconceptions in your heart. Vidyate hridaya granthi. There are tight knots of ignorance from the very beginning. So they cannot exist. They will be slashed to pieces. Chindyanti sarva samshaya. All the doubts of taking the shelter towards Lord Krishna, utterly they have been removed. And you are ready to surrender yourself to Lord Krishna at time of quitting the body. Kshiyante chasya karmani. The devotees still engage in activities, but these activities are not going to bind through the karmic reactions of the fruits. Kshiyante. As soon as you perform the deity worship, or as soon as all the karma that has you employed, there are no more karmas. There is no reaction. It is ever an enlivening exchange of the transcendental sentient feelings that can be exchanged. A pujari can have access to that because they are dealing directly with the body of the Vigraha. Body means the Vigraha of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is placed in the form of Paramatma in each and every atom, whether dead or alive. So, in third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Kapil Dev instructs Mother Devahuti about intensified devotional service that is allowed. So, we should not become only externally attached to the deity because they look beautiful, but by serving with a transcendental exchange of the sentient feelings will be there. And you get the reciprocation. But you have to show that reciprocation by how do you behave with others. They should not be contradictory. The principles of devotional service, whether they are regulated or they are on the level of what we call raganuga bhakti. Intensify greed is essential to develop the attachment on the spiritual aspects. And this greed will lead to the bhava. Actually, greed and asakti, almost the same situation is there. Asakta means you have to become totally attached. Asakta. Anasakta means detached. But anasaktasya vishayan yatha arham upayunjata. All the subject matters that we are supposed to remain detached is material in nature. But yatha arham upayunjata, for the purpose of our steadfastness for the spiritual life. Nirbandhe Krishna Sambandhe. Our attachment should not be the question, but Krishna's attachment. We can develop that. The Nirbandhe Krishna Sambandhe Yukta Vairagya Uchyate. That is called the Yukta Vairagya. Yukta means the one that makes you more aligned or attached to Lord Shri Krishna. So attachment means asakti. If you have attachment with the spiritual life, that's not a bad thing. This process is so perfect that it develops into gradual realization, and Bhishma Pitama knows the principles of deity worship, principles of devotion directly to Lord Krishna. The yogi means the practitioner, one who tries to connect himself with Lord Krishna for once and all, is the business of the yogi. But there are many kinds of so-called yogis, those whose business is not or the end of attainment of Lord Shri Krishna's mercy. They end up in different kind of Astasiddhi, Navanidhi ke Data. They don't want Krishna, but they want Krishna's opulence. Right? So anyway, a devotee is the perfect yogi. Yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate mam so me yukta tamo mata. Krishna says, this is my opinion, yukta tamo mata. So he is abiding me. So naturally at the time of death, one has to abide by Lord Krishna and in his personification. Bhishma Pitama proves that personified Lord Krishna is standing before him. He can't ignore. His influence is there. But when the personality is there, then his influence as well as his locale, both are embedded in him. They cannot be separated. That is the absolute truth to be known in the three phases. Vadanti tattva vidastatvam yad jnanam advayam brahmeti parmatmeti bhagavan iti shabdati. When you approach the Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, either by conceptual thinking but meditating, or by the benevolence of Lord Krishna himself, that Bhishma Pitama got the opportunity to leave the body before his presence, very presence. So in either case, whether it is conceptual or whether it is in personification, the destination is sure. And karma cannot bind. Kshiyante chasya karmani. Kshiyante means nullified. All the activities of devotional service, they do not bear any other binding results. Rather, they are liberating, and not only, but they are pleasing to Lord Krishna. So, this act of devotional service are always wanted. That is called akarma also. Kama karma bihi muchyante. One is freed from the fruitive activities. So even though the result may be there, but he is detached. Because he is attached to Krishna, he will be detached automatically to the material nature. You can't do both. Neither you can balance both. It's just like riding two opposing horses together. One foot on a horse that is on the other direction and another foot on another horse. You're going to fall off. So we have to make our life, even though we are in material world performing all these different chores, but at the same time, if our horses are opposite, then it will not stay. The result will be completely disastrous. So we have to balance just for a while, but then give up. how long should I maintain the struggle for existence in this material world? No, there's no time limit. As soon as you realize that material world is simply struggle for existence and the survival of the fittest, you fall into a hedonistic society created by Darwin. So you have to be very intelligent enough that we have to ultimately lift our foot. Even we will become completely dysfunctional to do any physical activity. But your mental activity should be very sharp and one point at that time. So antakale mameva smaran tvakalela. That is the same thing. Bhaktya vishamayo yasmin vachayatra ayan nama kirtayan tyajan kalevaram yogi muchyate kama karma. That is the perfection of yoga while staying in the human form of life. I was reading about the comments that came that the human form of life is the best opportunity. Of course, it is also glorified in Bhagavatam that it is the best suitable boat. And the favorable wind is chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But there must be a proper guide in our life who should take the rudder in his hand to navigate. The boat will ply safely. On our own, it is difficult. Otherwise, if we don't have any guide properly, then there is no security. Prabhupada said at the time of death, everybody has to fly their own aeroplane. And you cannot say that you do not know how to fly your aeroplane. You would not be allowed to argue like that. Oh, I didn't know how to fly. Therefore, even the demigods want to come in human form of life because it's the best opportunity. Otherwise, they are stuck for hundreds and thousands of years of their lifespan simply performing material activities on behalf of managing. And Krishna ordered them to manage the material affairs. 33 types of demigods. Not 33, koti means, koti doesn't mean crore, it is types too. So, they are all servants of Lord Shri Krishna, they know perfectly. But how do they get an intensified desire, lowliam, to get into the higher ranks of devotional service after liberation? Many are liberated, but they are stuck still with the material activities. And they find it so much contradictory. Lord Shiva, even Brahma himself, they talk of liberation and they praise the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but they are stuck in performance of the lowliam, the greed. They acknowledge everything. These are the two great lords who control the modes of material nature, respectively. So the point is that if you see from any angle, Krishna gives the opportunity to those who have practiced devotional service to come in their way, to not to spoil their life, but to progress further on the spiritual path. Such the life that will be coming forth does not involve him into the fruitive activities or suffering the reactions of his work. So that is a very secure way to make a definitive progress in devotional service, and our life will be successful. So, do we have any questions or comments? Can you get the mic, please? I have hearing aid, and yet I'm now.
Or maybe get us, we get this question, we get asked this question quite often, that this is a new kind of, as I understand, this is a new propaganda that people are saying it is not 33, 40. 40 does not mean the Lord, 40 means types.
Yes.
But the way Srila Prabhupada has translated the 33, 40 is not 33 types.
But the Vedas describe 33 kotis only, not 33 crores.
So where do we get that information, confirmation of that?
There are
Because otherwise we would be going against
right. No problem. 33 kotis, but they have their family also, an entourage also. They are also getting the subdivision of the services. So, but the point is that the types are described like 11 Rudras, 8 Vasus, then Adityas are 12. Yeah, so you come to, and Lord Shiva himself will be there, Mahadev will be there.
Is there any Prabhupada's reference to confirm that 3340 is 33 types, not 33 crores, because the way Prabhupada has answered?
Okay, if there are 33 crores mentioned, then we can also have the mention of the 33 types.
There are.
There are no mentions of 33 crores. There is no mention of 33 crores. The Vedas are filled with the names and what power they delegate.
Also, to justify that, there is this old temple called the Vedavyasapriya temple. It's close to Chennai. Vedavyasapriya is its own city. It's not Chennai, close to Chennai. And that's where Lord Dhanvantari Samadhi is. Because Lord Dhanvantari did not die, they say he took life Samadhi. And then the Devyatas were all worried, who's going to treat us now? Because you will have where. So Lord Shiva sat on top of his Samadhi and said, I will treat you. So symbolically, they have a lineup of the Devyatas coming to see Lord Shiva. And they have these little murtis, metal murtis, that they say, oh, these are 33 crore Devyatas. There is not 33 crore murtis, but there is at least 10,000 murtis.
People must have painted that way. Yeah, but it doesn't mean it is. Okay, so similarly, the Devatas and Danavas, they were churning the ocean. Do you see 33 crores Devatas? You can imagine Vasuki could be having a length of unimaginable.
Yeah.
No.
It is an outrageous number, and so are so many other things outrageous in our scriptures. It is just a matter of understanding, because anyway, I'll look up the reference.
Yes, somewhere you will find, I do not know specific, but I have read the description. It is quoting means the types, not the numbers.
Somebody asked this question to somebody else, and they said Srila Prabhupada has translated the 3340 into actual 33 crore number. So that's why they did not want to say
That's what I said, that their family members must have increased into quotations.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, from knowledge, in verse 20, it says, we do abnormal activities, but if we do the service, that emulate activities. So, Brahma, I understand, Brahmatma, I think if we like apologize, then that's Brahmatma. But on the Bhagavatam, I think that's the most difficult. Sometimes doesn't happen because, for example, I got angry at the devotee, and I think, it's like, especially for Radha, it's, I mean, because Krishna maybe understand blessing, but the Radha, because Radha Krishna is the message, so it's maybe more difficult for Radha. This Radha, if we do something about that, how to teach Radha so we get a lesson.
Can anybody explain what is the question? Comparing demigods top then to Radharani? I didn't get it.
It's to refer, like, if we have anatta, like anger, and we do to the opposite, right? Then how to give the forgiveness.
We understand the potency of Radharani is Hara. When you chant properly, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The Hara potency is Radharani, but we do not say Radha directly because we are also potency, not potential. Jivera Swarupohar Nityar Krishna Das, Krishna Tatashta Shakti, Bhed Abhed Prakash. We are marginal potency. The Jiva is marginal potency. Jiva is not potential. So, unless and until we come to the platform of serving attitude, because potency serves the potent. That is the functionality. Just like Radharani, serves Lord Shri Krishna. But we were serving our senses up till now. We screwed up our life. So how is it possible that we will get any idea that we are enjoying entities or we are being enjoyed entities? Intoxication. Who wins? The intoxicants themselves win over the person who is abusing. If a person is a drunkard, he takes the life. He spoils, screws up the life. Means the winner is the substance, not the person. Person destroys his life. So we are not potent, we are potency. We must serve the Supreme, and the first and foremost service is to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is the way to cultivate serving attitude, not being the enjoyer of the service.
Thank you for the nice class. There is a true time that in the beginning of the class we were comparing this verse and another verse from Bhagavad Gita. So in that verse there is a term mentioned, Jal-Prayati Shama-Bhava. And here in this verse, the first word, Bhakta-Veshya. So is there any relation? What is the difference between these two terms? Can we relate these two terms, Bhakta-Veshya
Maya-Veshya?
And Sama-Bhava?
Both are the same, but one is a principle and another is practice. How would you invest your mind in Krishna during the time of death unless you practice it? So, out of all yogis, one who is always remaining abiding in him, antakajad, yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana. They are deep down into the intricate nature of Lord Shri Krishna, including his name, form, attributes, and activities. Madgatena antaratma. So, Shraddhavan bhajate mam same yukta tamomata. He is the best of the yogis. He is always abiding me. While Ashtanga yogi, they have to go through a stage-wise development, but the ultimate aim of the yogi is this. Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi are the three steps out of the 8. So unless and until they have developed a conception, dharana, to conceive something, it's not a mental process, but intellectual process. How do you conceive that you want to repose your attention on Krishna's personality rather than his impersonal influence? It is difficult to conceive on the impersonal aspect. Klesho adhikatarastesham avyakta sakta chetasam avyakta hi gatir dukkham dehavadvirvapyate. Because a person, a yogi who is practitioner, he has his material body. And with the material body to conceive which is spiritual, and that too without spiritual body, that is extremely difficult. So those who are impersonalist doesn't understand anything about the personality. But if you know personality, you will know about his Paramatma, all-pervading creature, as well as the influence. That is avyakta. Avyakta, you will not be satisfied because it gives you partial realization of the absolute truth. Paramatma, a little more. But Paramatma has to manifest. Right? Generally, he is hiding within us, and we can't see him. Even the Upanishads and others, they declare and they expose us. But we don't have cultivated habit to see. Even the process is so perfect that drashta evatmanishvare is the result, means you will be able to see your true self in front of the Supreme Lord, Paramatma. So, two types of audience, or what we call sakshatkar, that they are factually presenting you yourself that you have not seen so far because you were covered under the body. So your reality will be exposed, and the Supreme in the form of Paramatma, he will be exposed. Both have personalities. Are you part of Paramatma or are you part of Krishna? Anyone? Mamaivaamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. It's not indirect, it is direct. The soul is my part and parcel. It's a sample of the Supreme Lord. So we are obligated to manifest our Vaishnava character in maturity. That will be pleasing to Lord Krishna. Because the soul is very beautiful. Just not by the term beautiful, but it has to be experienced with beauty. Krishna is all beautiful. And soul may not be beautiful now. If it is covered, then not. Therefore, we have to bring it out, expose it to its real thing. We are not fake people, are we? Then cultivate. By pure devotional service, we'll be able to enjoy that. Okay, thank you very much. Prabhupada ki jai.